My check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me good? All right, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy Jay in the building. We back again with another video. All right, so before we even discuss the breaking news, I'm sure everybody's heard it. I'm sure everybody's been seeing talking about it so far. Before I give you my thoughts on that, there has been an update in terms of his recovery. So, of course, we all know that, he's been missing the last 3 weeks, and he's been advised from his doctors to stay at home and recover. So, apparently, he's been suffering from trauma because, there was kind of a minor setback from his recovery. And, who knows, like, he could have been dealing with his mental health because he really wanted to be out there. He could have been dealing with trauma because of the news that's been circulating around him, in regards to this TCU situation. And who knows what he could have seen, what people could have been saying about him in the news. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a whirlwind, I'm sure, for him. So I really feel that, he's probably had a mental breakdown or two, dealing with this whole thing, trying to process everything, and he's done a lot, for Jackson State so far. He's really done a lot. So I'm pretty sure that he probably hasn't been in the best mental state of mind. You know what I'm saying? So I would assume, but they did say that he could be back within the next 2 weeks. So I'm pretty sure that he's been recovering all that, and I'm sure that he's gonna be fine and ready to go within the next few weeks. All right, about this TCU situation. First of all, if he doesn't go back to Jackson State, I think he accomplished what he kind of set out to do. He's the hot commodity right now. Like, he is at the top of the list of anybody's coaching, in terms of when it comes to finding the right coach for a program. I'm pretty sure he's at the top of everybody's list. And for me personally, I do feel that he's not going to take the job. I feel that, and people were criticizing him so much because, he was just like, and think about this. Like, just because you interview for a job doesn't mean you're going to accept it. You are going to go in there and you want to find out the ins and outs of what they want, because who knows? And I could be in the minority of thinking this. He could probably go in there and he could be picking their brains into what they look for in terms of a Power 5 school. Silly me. If I'm his brain, if I'm in his shoes, I'm kind of taking that interview too. Not necessarily to take the job, but to think of what their mindset is. Because for all we know, he could just be taking the interview just to get information, not to necessarily take the position. Now, I will say this, I was a bit surprised when I heard it because, he still has his son who's a freshman. He still has his other son, Shiloh, who's a sophomore. You had a bunch of guys transfer from a bunch of different Power 5 schools to go to Jackson State, in which I'm sure their resources from where they left from is a whole lot better than I think it was number one in FBS, but in the top 50s in terms of the nation, period. So he could really just be playing the long game with this. Like, he could just be getting information, but he's done a lot for the program already. And, from him speaking about names on the back of the jerseys to, just trying to gain more sponsorship for the school and for other HBCUs. Because regardless of if he knows it or not, he's going to make everybody else in the SWAC competitive. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to step their game up to want to recruit better. He put in their mind that, look, the reason why they're not getting 4 and 5 stars is because y'all not going after them, because y'all are afraid of getting rejected. And the coach from Alabama A&M, and what y'all let me know about it, I went back and looked at the interview. The coach from A&M said, oh, well, y'all should get more 4 stars. And they went down to Alabama and beat their ass and put 60 on them. So I think that they put in the other coach's mind that, look, in order for us to be more competitive against Jackson State, we're going to have to recruit better. So I think the competition in the SWAC is going to be 5 times better next year. And I think what he's done is, y'all seen how packed Jackson State looked at homecoming when it was record-breaking numbers, not just at homecoming, but in terms of attendance per game amongst the bigger schools in the nation. So Deion Sanders came what he probably set out to do. But I do know this. In my personal opinion, in my humble opinion, I don't think he's taking the job. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he's done nearly enough and accomplished nearly enough as what he probably wanted to do. But in our eyes, he probably, and people would think that he probably sold us a dream in terms of, that we were going to make Jackson State the biggest school in the nation. He wants to bring, the SWAC and the MEAC together and form a power HBCU conference. Now, I don't think he'll say all that just to turn around and take the TCU job. I don't think he'll do that. If he does, I'll come back on here and say he's wrong. But I didn't want to jump on the first thing because his name was mentioned in terms of, his name being in the pool to get for him to get interviewed. And I didn't want to jump on that so quickly because I didn't know where his mindset was at. I would think that he would come out and say, no, it's not true, like he did a month ago where his name was circulating around another Power 5 school, and he came out in the interview and said, dog, like, Jackson State is my home. So then now this week, it comes out again that his name is circulating around TCU, but then he takes this interview. So now this is probably why everybody has their nose up and their heads turned toward Deion Sanders, because people probably feel disrespected. People probably are not understanding what Coach Prime may be doing. But I honestly believe that he's playing he's playing the game of he wants to get information from them. And I'm pretty sure that that's probably, the coach that was probably interviewing him or the person that was interviewing him. I'm pretty sure he spoke to more than one person. I'm pretty sure he walked around the school. I'm pretty sure he probably seen some of the players. But I don't believe for him to take that position because I don't believe what they're saying in terms of, he may not even get the position or they may not even offer him the position. He may not even be the leading position. He is. in their eyes, they definitely want him. They want him. But I don't think Coach Prime is going to take that position. Only because I think, he's playing the long game. So I think Jackson State is in good hands. And even if Jackson State leaves, with the talent that they have, if they don't decide to transfer, I'm pretty sure that the team that they had at Jackson State, they're still going to be decent. They're still going to be good. So now I do think this, though. If he does decide to take the TSU job, I mean, if he was dealing with trauma now, imagine what he may go through, if he hears about it, on Twitter, and they may create memes about him for longer period of time, and there'll be a whole bunch of HBCUs mad at him for going. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, there are a bunch of HBCU coaches that are probably mad that his name is even circulating. But I think they'll be fine. I think Jackson State, y'all will be fine. I'm pretty sure that y'all not going to have anything to worry about. I'm pretty sure he's not leaving. He's going to get information. That's pretty much it. But yeah, man, look. And look, even if he does take the job, even if he does go, good luck to him. But I think he's going to be fine. I think he's not going nowhere.